For part of our lunch today, I am making a family favorite. It is lentils and spinach. We do this in the winter and make it as a soup and take French bread and dip in it, but I'm going to not put as much water juice in it today, so it will become, it'll be a little bit thicker, so you can just eat it as a side or whatever. So in my pan, I just go around the pan with olive oil. And I have about 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic, minced garlic, but I use this. I don't like to chop my own. I love this, keep it in the fridge. So olive oil and garlic. I use the fresh spinach, and I go ahead and I've washed my own because I know the bags are ready to eat. So I kind of just put the spinach in there. I put a little bit of salt. And I use beef broth, so I'm using about 1.5 cups of lentils. So I will put in just enough. Yeah, I don't want to be videoed, thank you though. So I look horrible, don't want to be videoed. But I'll put the lid on this and let the spinach cook down. That was about half a bag. I'm going to put a little bit more because spinach cooks down to nothing. So we're going to cook that down and come back and add our lentils. Okay, so I ended up adding the entire bag of spinach because it just wasn't enough without it. And this is how I do my spinach so it is not too stringy. It gets really hard to cut, and again, I try to not dirty a bunch of cutting boards and stuff. So I just cook it, and then I go with my kitchen scissors and just kind of chop so it cuts it up. I just think it's easier than chopping spinach on a cutting board, and then I've dirtied another knife and the entire cutting board. So I just take my clean, washed kitchen scissors and chop it up, and then it's smaller, so it's not real stringy. So in here, that I had put a little bit of beef broth in there so it wouldn't stick. So that's my oil, garlic, beef broth. We're having major pet issues the entire morning. So one dog went to the kennel and got kennel cough, although he had a vaccine. The other dog, while we were gone, got a cold, which has settled in her eye. And she's also having trouble with her leg. It's like constant pet drama. So, okay, back to our lentils. This is I think it's right around, it actually kind of swelled up to 2 cups. It was about 1.5 cups. And these are washed lentils. I just, again, to save time, I don't use a colander. I just stick them in my measuring cup. I fill this cup up. I stick my hand in and wash them, rinse the water, put some more, wash them again. And that's how we do it. It just saves time. So to this, I used almost 2 cups of lentils. So I am going to use, this is my thinking, I'm going to use about 2 cups of water. And then with the 2 cups of water, I'm going to add a chicken bouillon cube and about 1.5 cups of beef broth. So you have, there's no meat in this, so you have the beef broth and the chicken broth. So yes, I know those both come from a chicken or a cow. I'm not stupid. But I don't like the meat, but I'll use the broth. So that's just going to hang out in the pan. I'll put a little bit of black pepper in there. I will cover it. It is cooking at about 3 or 4. And we'll check it in a while. While we are cooking with beans, my lentils, I thought I would show you. This is how I keep mine in the pantry. I don't know if I've showed this before. This was, I know, healthy enough, a cheese ball container. I wish I could find a glass container this size because I just love it. But when I open a bag of beans, chickpeas, whatever I'm using, I just roll it up and put a bread tie around it. And then I keep them in here. So I've got my rice in here, all of my beans, my barley, the pearl barley. I think there's split peas in there. And then a bag of beans, peas I brought back from Italy are in the bottom. But I keep them in here with a lid. So I feel like it, you know, I mean, some of these stay in here a while, but I feel like it keeps them pretty fresh. And I recycled the container. Like I said, I wish I could find a glass container, but then I'd have to buy it and that wouldn't be recycling. So I love this to keep all my beans and peas in. So just waiting for this to cook. Got that there. Just washed our fruit and vegetables. When I don't know how you do your fruit and vegetables. When I come home from the store, I run a sink full of warm vinegar water and I just dump them all in there, kind of mix them around, let them soak, and then put them on a towel to dry. Just clean them off. And then all the dirt that's in the sink, it's amazing how much dirt comes off of that. So that's all of our fruit and vegetable. Well, not all of the vegetables, but. And here is the finished product of the spinach and lentils. This is a huge bowl. This is very nutritious and good for you. This is about the consistency we like it. Like I said, unless I am making, like in the winter, I make it more soupy, so it has a lot more broth, and we eat the crispy French bread. But this is a great, great, great side dish. It's great as a main dish, and we love it.